Good afternoon. It's Barbara, the East Coast Dragon Lady, coming to you on a Sunday afternoon. We are waiting for a snowstorm, and here in New England, it becomes, quite the thing. We actually haven't had very much snow, so already there are snow emergencies in place, and all that good stuff. But we're used to it. Thankfully, Monday's a holiday here in Massachusetts, so haven't got to worry too much. I do have to go out in the morning, but not first thing. So I'll worry about the snow when it arrives, right? So I hope everybody has had a good week. I'm feeling again, I'm sitting down here going, wow, that was quite a week again. I think so many new things are coming in for me that it makes me feel like we've done one thing and I know, like today I found myself, actually yesterday and today, I've been watching people on YouTube talking about some slightly different things than I've been working with. But interestingly, it's the same messages that I've been getting. And I've been having a lot of like, oh, that's what the dragons told me. So even though I work with dragons, it's like it's the universal knowledge seems to be the same. So I found that fascinating. This is my second week of doing this 28-day challenge of deep coherence technique. And as I explained last week, it is about deeply connecting to the core of the earth and tapping into the quantum field and sort of this ripple effect of connecting with everything. And so as I've been doing that, I've just been seeing this week has been more about, so we're still observing what comes up. And there have been things coming up like, wow, do I really do that? Or I've stopped doing some things. And why did I stop doing that? So lots of self-reflection, which for me is really good because I've always been the person like, I'm fine. I'm fine, right? I think I said that when I was working with the chakra dragons, one thing that I realized was that I've stuffed, all my feelings just got stuffed. I knew that, but I've done the talk therapy, I've done all the therapies, but it's when you get into your chakras that it's like, oh, grief, like every one of my chakras. But I'll talk about that in a minute. So it's just been really, I feel because I've got new information coming in, lots of confirmation and lots of galactic stuff going on, I will say, and I've heard other people say that as well. There's definitely rumbling in the galactic realms. And again, things I've been listening to are confirming all of these things. So it's more, the theme is peace. And I mentioned last week that I have seen myself on what is, quote, a peace mission. I'm still not sure. I've been told I can remote view that what's going on. It's an undisclosed destination. And it's not just that one session. This is sort of one of my soul's purpose, that I was here to be on a peace mission. So I'm going to be, as I always used to say, I've been all around the galaxies, which is again confirming that. So, and also as I've used my Oracle deck this week, it's confirmed those things as well. So I found that really exciting. I did just pull some cards for this week. And I was fascinated how the colours matched. So that's another thing about vibrations. Like colour is a vibration. And a lot of you that do colour therapy know that. I'm just learning that. I know it's got a vibration, but it's almost like I am being acutely aware of colour this week, what it does, what I feel, what it does, and why is it there. And the dragons did that with me last year when I was channeling the Oracle deck, that they guided me to the colours that they wanted for a reason. So it's all vibration, right? So colours, vibration, messages, vibration, all of that good stuff. I've been using this deck, this other deck, which is about shadow, and because I can never find the box when I want it. But I like these cards because it sort of speaks to, we know that we, as our vibrations are lifting, we've got to do this shadow work, and it sort of brings into focus for me. So the two that I pulled for myself while I was sort of waiting to do this video was deception, and then I realized in here is a dragon. Well, I see it as a dragon, right? So the dragon's there, and it's a slippery slope that erodes trust. Honesty builds connection and authenticity. So it's a slippery slope that erodes trust. Honesty builds connection and authenticity. So this is for me. I pulled 2 cards for us for this week. And then resentment. And these are some of the things, these are the words we don't want to hear, right? Who wants to hear that we could be resentful? But resentment is often festers, causing a desire for revenge. Let go of the past to find peace. So a little interruption there while my dog always decides that he wants to go downstairs or wants to go out as soon as I start doing things. So the other thing, I was talking about chakra dragons. So I have come up with some dates for February. I'm going to be doing a 2-part class on chakra dragons and chakras. And it's about you meeting your chakra dragons. This is guided by the dragons. For me to guide you to meet your chakra dragons, and then they will help you keep clear. And once we're clear and balanced, it makes a whole difference, right? I found that since I've done that and my dragons have cleared me and are working with me on that basis, that I almost feel like I have to sit up straighter. I also think it's important that we will become part of in next month, when it's the beginning of the Chinese New Year, it's the year of the snake, and that's going to be Kundalini energy releasing. So I think we're going to, if we can get our chakras, in alignment, I think that's going to help a lot of us as we go into the year of the snake. That was the message I got the other day from the dragons. I was born in the year of the snake, so I know that that's going to be me opening up, releasing, letting go of all, because it all sits sort of we know that in our base chakras, our lower chakras, it tends to sit, and sometimes it's sat there for a long time. So it's an interesting journey. If you're interested, I will be in the next day or two, if not this afternoon, putting it on my page. As I say, I was told to do 2 separate sessions. And, we can, whatever you need as well, it won't be just about me teaching you. It's us coming together, me to share the information the dragons have given, and then learning how to connect with them. It's really easy. But they just felt that there was people out there that would want guidance. And then I can also offer, to do a session with you as well. I'm also a Dragon Empowerment Reiki master teacher. So we can always do some of that as well. That's sort of, it started with the Akashic Records for me, and meeting my chakra dragons, but it's also part of Dragon Empowerment Reiki, because they're the dragons that come in and work with us while we're healing. So it's sort of all this stuff coming together. That's what I'm hearing. They go, it's here and here, but it's coming together, and we want you to be able to help people connect and understand it. So it's us coming together. There will be a small fee. It'll be an energy exchange. So that will all be on my Facebook page. You can find me on Facebook. I'm East Coast Dragon Lady. Or you can go to my website, which is www.eastcoastdragonlady.com. There's a connection to Facebook, which will get you into my Facebook group, or email me, eastcoastdragonlady@gmail.com. So I've kept it very simple. So let's go to the cards. Oh, excuse me. Again, my voice. I'm going to have to start doing some work on that. So I they told me 4 archangels. So the first archangel is Raziel, and this is the inner workings. There are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. Well, I think that ties into a lot of things that are going to be happening in the United States next week. I won't say any more about that, but the fire dragon comes nicely with that. And the fire dragon, as you know, it may be different for you, but in this case, the fire dragon is going to burn away the lower energies. So as people are shedding and releasing, there are more fire dragons are going to be appearing to burn up that lower energy. And they're reminding me that when the dragons that I work with, when they say burn up lower energies, it's they clear them. You might see fire, but it's not fire that burns. They're saying it's etherical. Okay, it's etherical fire. But it's so that you can see that vision. They're saying it's an optical illusion. I've got some funny dragons today. Again, it's an optical illusion, but we see the fire, but it won't burn you. If you ever see the dragon blowing fire at you, it's not going to burn you. So that's the fire dragons with Raziel. There are hidden truths below the surface. And then I love these two. These two complement each other, Danielle and the Star Connect dragons. But look at the colors. This is Kyle Gray's, and this is mine. And they like almost perfectly match. And there's yellow on the back, and he's got the sun here. So you can't make this stuff up, right? That's why I get excited. So Danielle is divine discernment. Trust in the message within. They are messages within. They are divinely guided. And the Star Connect dragon is here to connect you to your past. So that's the past coming forward so that you can show some discernment. Trust those messages that you're getting probably from your ancestors. There's been a lot of ancient wisdom. Our ancestors are stepping in to remind us of what we need to clear. So if you get those messages, that's what that's about. Shamuel is here to remind us about our relationship assignments. No one crosses our path by chance. Choose to see the deeper reason for people in your lives. So if you're struggling with, people, places, sometimes it's work related, it could be where you live. No one crosses your path by chance. So that reason, season, or lifetime. So people come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So there's always lessons. So that's Shamuel. And the guardians of direction, again, are about grounding, to put our roots down and stay grounded. And as I said, doing this deep coherence technique has made me realize that when I have done meditations where I wrap my roots around the rocks, that's not deep enough. So again, it's something I can share with you is about, I've always said we need to be grounded, and whatever we do to ground ourselves is good, because we get pulled in all directions during the day. What I've discovered is tapping into the core of Mother Earth is like you're locked and loaded. I'm going to say that forever now, but it's as you see those roots going into the center, like you feel that connection, like you're connected, and then you feel everything. So Stargate Dragon again. So as I said, the galactics are very active, and they're reminding us to be open to the messages we get, to be open what is happening. And Azrael is about transcendence. You wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. Own your story. So in my work that I do, I frequently, it's part of my job, is to help people understand mental health with their children, and sometimes to give them examples of what I've experienced as a parent growing up with 2 kids with mental health challenges. There should be nothing wrong. We should never feel ashamed of our story, because we're all here for a reason, and we're all here to teach. whether it's just by relaying stories or whether it's just being who we are. Those of us that are storytellers, and as I've said, I'm embracing that, being my elder self, and that I'm embracing the fact that I am a storyteller. I make no excuses for it anymore. Before, I used to apologize because somebody went on and on and on, but it's information. So that's who I am. And these are the two shadow cards. So this week it's about feeling disconnected. And if we're feeling disconnected, the disengagement from the present moment hinders genuine connection. So sometimes we don't realize it, but we disconnect from the present moment. So pay attention to that this week. Disengaging from the present moment hinders genuine connection. So, you've had those conversations with people that they engage with you and then they start wandering. They're not engaged at all, right? So I usually stop speaking now. I used to continue speaking and think they were being rude. When they disengage with me, I stop speaking. So just a little tip there. And shame and guilt. So this is huge for all of us, whether you want to believe it or not. Feeling shame and guilt without judgment or self-criticism. Mistakes do not define your worth. So I'll say that again. Shame and guilt, feel them without judgment or self-criticism. Mistakes do not define your worth. So again, we've all made mistakes. Hopefully the mistakes we've made, we've learned from. Sometimes the universe has to eventually hit us over the head. I used to say I need to get hit up the head with a 2x4. Sometimes we just ignore, which I've done in the past. I've shared that before, that, when you hear that message to slow down and you're like, yeah, okay. Or you don't pay attention to your needs. Eventually you'll crash and burn. And, we're just we're just a body, we're humans. So, we've got to understand that sometimes it's okay to say no. It's okay to stop and smell the roses. That's Merlin. He's saying, stop, smell the roses. He's showing me a beautiful rose garden. In England, they often are rectangular and they have a square path or a path going around the So you've got roses on the outside, roses in the middle, and you walk around it and it's very fragrant. And he's showing me, he's saying, slow down. You just need to slow down. And he's doing sort of this meditative walk. He's got his hands behind his back and his head down, and he's in contemplation. He's saying it's a good place to go to contemplate, which is, of course, one of his cards. So interesting that we end on that he says, slow down, smell the roses. Yeah, so thank you, Merlin. I hope everybody has a good week, and I'll be back next week. Take care.